solid performances. What did you like out there in this one?
Yeah, I love the way we came out tonight. Put our feet in the paint, got them in some foul trouble. They ran out of timeouts in that first half, and we wanted to keep pressing. There were some things, they make a three on the buzzer. There were some things where we made some little errors and we got really punished for it. And but we dealt with it and we got the win. There was moments down the stretch there where Hogue made some tough shots, and we just had to do some simple things. And but yeah, at the end they missed a tough shot, and we walk away with the win. But our best was great. Our worst was punished, and it's one of the things we talked about. I thought rebounding was an area that we're continuing to improve in. We're getting second chance opportunities, but taking care of the basketball is still our kryptonite right now. And we've just got to wipe 5 or 6 assists off. Turnovers off, and just take care of the basketball a little bit better. But yeah, there's growth in a lot of areas.
Last time against this team, Keanu had a really impressive performance. Today, you can throw 2 sort of solid shot blocking digs at him. What did you see outside of that as the difference between the way you guys matched up against someone like that, and how do you think that can help guard against the other elite power forwards in the league?
Yeah, he'd beat in a number of different ways. The speed downhill. Straight at the rim in one game, and then the post up in the game here. And I thought we just had a better scheme to support our bigs tonight. And we sent some quick doubles at him at different time and just got it out of his hands. So that part was good, and just our crowd that we created coming downhill. But Marcus has played a fair bit tonight, and just his ability against this team to switch and to sit down and guard some guards. And when Pinder was out of the game, they just put so much shooting on the floor that we're just trying to find lineups that could switch, and it's a most amount that was switched the whole year by a long way. And so there was a few communication breakdowns, but generally the guys did a pretty good job.
Big performance from Rayjon again. Was that a focus going into today, that the ball would be in his hands perhaps a little bit more than usual?
Yeah, it's a game that he needed to make shots. That we seen last time we played them in Sydney, and it probably wasn't as aggressive as we wanted him to. But he's just super confident right now at shooting the basketball, and he deserves to be. He's put a whole lot of work in. Plus, Mum was here as well, so it was pretty big moment to just come out and have your mum travel across the country and get here and put in a performance and get her a good win like that.
For sure. Tuck, already with a lot of confidence now, having your family here. What was your mindset going into this one?
Get a win, honestly. Take the good shots that they give me. Play defense and try to do anything to get us a win. Nothing really changed. Even though my mom and my brother are here, I think the mindset going in is to, keep this thing rolling. And my mindset was with my team, and we got it done. So.
Is this the first time you've ever played with an open roof in an arena? And also, what does that do to you, positively or negatively? Does that affect you in any way?
The open air game was it was nice. I really enjoyed it. Kind of gave me like park vibes, like outside. You could feel the good little breeze going on. The energy was great, but I don't think it really affected me negatively or too much positively. We still went out there and did what we had to do, play the same way, and closed roof or open air. I think we still strive to do the same things.
Coach, it was the second straight game where X didn't have a field goal. Did you get a sense that he's still finding his way with his new role, and what can you do to help put him in positions to be successful?
Yeah, no, it was his 50th game in the league tonight. We really wanted him to come in and have an impact, and he has his 4 assists, his 3 steals, and he thought he had a couple of really good looks that he's been working so hard at his shot, and I was fairly pleased with there was maybe one shot that I questioned a little bit, but there were some things in transition. Maybe he can still get to the rim a little bit more and different things, get to the foul line, but I'm not too worried about X. I know that it's going to click soon, and we trust him carrying the basketball. We trust him making decisions out of the on ball. We trust him on defense, and we trust his shot. So he's just got to keep backing himself and making those good ones.
The free throw attempts tonight, you guys haven't been a high volume free throw team all season, but it seemed like from the outset there was a real concerted effort to kind of get to the rim, get into their bodies, and draw contact. Was that something you thought you had an advantage of coming in?
Yeah, I think when we're just trying to get our ball movement and have it popping, and often that's what they give you is certainly a lane to the hole when they're playing off you a little bit. So I thought Tuck certainly started that for us, and is his mindset to get to the rim. And then again, we've just added a little bit more pace as well, and that's an area where we're certainly getting opportunities to get to the foul line.
And you spoke a bit earlier about Marcus's impact defensively, his ability to switch, but also protect the rim. But between he and Isaac, you've got a two-headed monster there in the paint. I mean, how much is that helping in terms of you guys really being a dangerous defensive team again, like you have been in years past? Yeah, they shot 30% from the three-point line tonight, and it felt like a lot more when the make crazy ones at halftime and late shot clock ones, and then some heavy big ones down the stretch as well. But we're holding teams to around that. We're holding teams to 30% from the three-point line, and if we get the rim protection part right, and in the mid-range area where we foul a little bit too much. There was a couple of drives from a call where he went by us and got some and ones and different things like that. We get rid of some of those, and we can be a really solid defensive team. Like, how much does that help you guys on the perimeter defenders, knowing you've got Ice and Marcus behind you there at the rim?
Oh, it's tremendous. It gives us the confidence to really climb into guys, and knowing that they're back there and we have that rim protection, we can really play the style of basketball that we want to play and make it hard on guys and not have everything so easy. So.
And you got the win against the top 4 teams tonight. You're going to go into Sydney on Sunday and another top 4 team. In terms of where you guys are at and trying to make a run at this thing still, I mean, what would it mean to get that win? How much confidence would it give you to come away from this round with those 2 wins?
Yeah, home wins. I think we only got the one home game left. So, just being able to play, high level teams on the road and put ourselves in winning positions. We take confidence from what we did in Perth about putting ourselves in a position to win, and we know we got to execute better down the stretch. But there's a belief just growing in this team. We've talked about it since we've had everyone back in, that we would believe we're good enough to beat everybody if we can just fix a few areas. And Sydney, in some ways, defense is going to be a little bit similar to what we see tonight. Where they're going to guard some people, they're going to play off some people, and how can we continue to get the effective shot that we want. So tonight was a good step towards playing well against Sydney.
3 or 4 weeks ago, we might have been sitting here they had 4 or 5 runs tonight where you couldn't stem the bleeding. Can you talk to us a bit about how the mindset's changing, how the messaging's changing, how you've dealt with those? Like, each time they punch, you guys had a counter punch.
Yeah, I think certainly the worry about those moments is lessening with our group, to say, just process, calm. This is our next play. If they do this is what we're going to do. And so I think, just so many more conversations going on with our group about, these guys, before I get to a timeout, this is what we've got. But we still have 5 or 6 plays tonight where everyone's not quite on the same page, and so we've got to get rid of those and make sure we've got everyone organised. So it's an area of improvement. But I like just our mentality to move on. There were some plays where we thought we might have got fouled or something happened, and whereas early in the year we might have stopped, and now we're still trying to keep playing through those and deal with it as a team and then move on quicker.
Tuck, we had a little chat the other day about finding your feet, and you're really in a rich vein of form now. Can you talk a bit about how playing in the NBL has helped you improve your own game?
Just IQ wise, skill-wise, really having to, work on my shot and have the confidence to, shoot the open shots. And that goes to coach and all my teammates and, me getting in the extra reps and them, telling me like, yo, we believe in you to shoot this ball. So I think that has opened up a lot of other opportunities to really show the other aspects of my game. So it's been great. I've loved it. I've loved the process, and the journey's not over. So just try to keep it rolling.
Dan, just quickly one on the last possession. We spoke a lot about Shay, but with DJ Hogue hitting a couple of shots, and it was like, well, Shay's guarding him. The ball's going to get out of his hands. I think Marcus Lee came over and they trapped him. But just for you, I guess happiness sort of having Shay out there to just say, guard the ball handler, get it out of his hands.
Yeah, we had a quick conversation about fouling when we were 3 up and different things, and we probably had an opportunity to get it done, but then we created a great trap, and we didn't do it. But it's one that we'll continue to work through. You're scared of, and there's still the unsportsmanlike a little bit with fouling when you used to be able to take that. So, but yeah, Shay down the stretch, guarding anyone, there's great confidence to do that. But they present so many problems, McCall just catching it quick in the backcourt and flying at the rim and Euro on past everybody, or Hogue, being the ball handler that he is and still being able to step into, heavy contested fadeaways. He's still capable of getting his shot off. And so, yeah, down the stretch, there's some weapons there that you really got to deal with.
Would you ever, you just brought up another point, would there ever be a situation where you'd be like, yeah, we're willing to risk the foul if you were 3 up?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Certainly, every team has that conversation throughout the year, and, had different teams that just said, no, we're backing our defense, and, but yeah, such a high-level three-point shooting team like that, it's definitely a conversation to go the other way to make 2 at the line, or can you rebound, a missed free throw as well.
Coach, Tuck mentioned a park vibe being with the open roof. Do you ever feel that when you coach these open roof games, do you ever get a sense that maybe that the guys freelance a little bit because of
Yeah, I don't know if it affects the mentality. It was, I loved walking out there and the start of the game and just looking up and, amazing crowd, and they've been so unbelievable in supporting us this year, and to get the kind of finals atmosphere tonight with an open roof, and it's just one of those draw card games in Melbourne right now, and you hope the weather is like that every year. I was swatting a few flies and things away. There's kind of that different little element to it, but yeah, what an amazing spectacle, and yeah, so proud of our crowd turning out tonight.
So did that dunk in the fourth feel a little bit different, knowing the roof was open and sort of like the atmosphere was like larger than life?
Yeah, I felt like the air lifted me up a little bit. It was a good steal. Had to go finish that one. It definitely felt a little bit better with the wind blowing in my hair, you feel what I'm saying?